Hi everybody, I'm Dina Proctor, creator of 3 by 3 Meditation and author of Madly Chasing Peace. I want to talk today. There's been a little bit of a theme that has been coming up with people I've been talking to lately who are wondering, is there ever a time that law of attraction isn't working? Because XYZ happened and I'm not sure how I could have possibly attracted that, or I don't know how this could be happening in my life. So it almost feels like, did God forget about me for a second, or did law of attraction stop working? Because I don't understand how I could have possibly attracted this person, this mess, this financial situation, whatever it is, right? So law of attraction is always working. People have analogized law of attraction to the law of gravity. So you never read in the newspaper, front page, gravity stopped working in Phoenix today and 485 people fell off the earth. It's like we don't have instances where gravity sometimes works or forgets to work or gets lazy or doesn't work. It's just always working. It's always there and it's always on. We can completely take it for granted. And law of attraction is the same thing. So when we're wondering, how did I attract this? Or how did this come into my life? Or how could this person possibly be in my experience or my existence? Or how did this happen or that happen, right? We ask all these questions. How did I manifest this? It's the wrong question to ask. The real question to ask is, how can I use this for my expansion? How can I use this to become more? How can this opportunity or this circumstance allow me to be able to have a breakthrough in my understanding of, first of all, how all of this stuff works, and how can I understand how to expand myself personally because of this. There's a great book. I don't have a lot of people that I listen to in terms of like wisdom and stuff. I try to keep it to just a handful of people so I don't have a lot of overwhelm or mixed messages. But one of my favorites is Michael Singer, and he wrote a book called The Surrender Experiment, and he also wrote The Untethered Soul. In his book, The Surrender Experiment, and I'm going to paraphrase, and I'm not, I might paraphrase badly, but the way that he saw it, that anytime something happened that he had a reaction to or didn't like or wasn't in agreement with or would never have chosen necessarily for it to happen, he would use it as an opportunity to kind of let go of his lower self. Use this to let go of that which is blocking me. Let go of these personal little irritations and preferences that are blocking me from being able to access that inner source of power, peace, and wisdom. There's always something, even when we're sitting in traffic. I was sitting in traffic this morning and thinking, am I going to be late? What's going on? And I remember, wait a minute. How can I use this traffic for my expansion? And so as I was still in traffic, nothing changed. I remember sometimes when I hit traffic and I need to be somewhere and I feel that little irritation or frustration or whatever, or mad at myself, I should have left earlier, should have thought of that, should have planned better, those sorts of thoughts. And traffic is a minor irritation, but it's a great one to play this with, is I'll use that. How do I use this for my expansion? I'll say, okay, something must be here for me. Something must be here for me. So I look around and I'll connect. I'll see a bird, or I'll see a tree, or I'll see, something of nature, or maybe a person in the car next to me is completely out of their mind car dancing. They're just having a great time. It makes me smile. So there is always, without exception, in every situation, there's always a way out or a solution or a way through. But there's also these little opportunities, and when it's part of the solutions, these opportunities to be able to use it as a pivot point for our own expansion. So instead of trying to look at the past and analyze, how did this happen and why did this manifest and all those sorts of things, sometimes it's valuable to understand that. I get it, and I've done that before, but it's way more solution oriented to say, how can I use this as a stepping stone for my expansion? How can I become more of what this circumstance or event or person is inciting in me? How can this afford me a little bit more freedom? Because I want to be so free that the circumstances and people around me don't have the ability or capacity. I'm so focused and so grounded and centered inside that nothing outside of me has the ability to disconnect me from that. And nothing outside of you does have the ability to disconnect you from that, or me or us. It's just our perception or focus or attention to it that really unplugs us. So anyway, I hope that that this was helpful for you. It is so pivotal and important for me to remember that in those times of frustration or crisis. Like, how can this help me to become more? As Michael Singer looks, how can this enable me to be able to let go of that which I want to let go of and tap into the bigger picture and what's really important? So hope that it resonates with you. As always, take what you like and gently leave the rest behind. Thank you for joining me here, and stay tuned to this space. I will have more again for you soon.